Hey guys, welcome. So I had a very weird dream, a couple of dreams last night, and I'm going through some things, so I don't know if the Lord's trying to tell me, or specifically the body. But in the first dream I had is I saw myself standing in a doorway, and my soul left my body, and my body collapsed. Then it shifted, and I saw a wolf standing in the doorway, and it began to growl at me, and I knew this was demonic, and I wasn't afraid. Actually, I stood and I was bold, but it kept growling at me, trying to make me afraid. And I woke up and I prayed, Lord, I know that was very demonic, and I knew some other parts of the dream, but I completely forgot it when I woke up because I had a series of dreams. So when I woke up, I prayed, and I fell back to sleep. And the second dream I had, I saw myself in a stadium. And again, I've had a dream before about a stadium of people. There was a lot of people, but these weren't just your average people. These were they were military. And I was looking up at the sky, and I saw something that looked like this. A light that was like it was moving and flowing, and I was looking up and I was praying. And I was praying, Jesus, come quickly, come quickly. And as I was praying, the light kept coming closer and closer, and it was shifting and it was moving. And the people that was with me started to get violent towards it, and they looked up and they began to shoot. So instantly I knew I was praying, but as the light was getting closer, I also saw how sinful I was, and I was not worthy of this light. And but the rest of the people around me were in the military, and they were getting ready to shoot this light. And so I took the other people who were around me, part of my family, which I believe is a symbol of believers, and I said, let's go. We have to go somewhere quietly, otherwise they're gonna hurt us too, so we have to go somewhere quietly for a little bit. So the dream shifted, and we were going down this tunnel. Obviously, it didn't look really like this. A lot of these pictures didn't really look like it, just the best I can explain it. So there was this pathway, like this ladder that went all the way down, basically into the earth, which is very interesting because in the last days, it says that people are going to run into the mountains. And I'm like, oh God, I don't want to go to run into the mountains. I don't want to. But it was a place of safety for a little bit, to get away from what was going on, because these people were literally trying to make war with that light. So we went underground, and there was a tunnel, and it went to basically an underground hotel, it seemed like, but it was somewhere just for a little time. So it kind of looked sort of like this, not really. We were in some kind of hotel, and then I woke up. Personally, I really don't know what the dream is basically saying, but if you look biblically with scriptures about wolves, beware of false prophets who are in sheep's clothing. But also, I looked a little bit more into what a wolf could possibly, why would he be growling at me? He's trying to intimidate me, right? It wasn't me that was a wolf, but there was a wolf standing in the doorway trying to not get me to pass over. So I was looking at, like, what could this possibly mean? Well, it could possibly mean that a wolf is trying to keep me. It could be, maybe I am onto something, and it's trying to keep me from crossing over to the other side. But also this light, which I kept praying, Jesus, come quickly, come quickly. I don't think that people realize that when Jesus returned, what it's going to look like. You know, it might look pretty sci-fi, you know, because as the light was coming closer, I knew that the end was coming, and I knew that I was unworthy to be in his presence. And but I kept praying and asking the Lord to forgive me. And I knew that I had to move the other people out of the way, because they were going to shoot this light, and then somehow I got the feeling that they were going to come after us too. So like I had to get the others to be moved into a place to be safe for a little time. The stadium of people is, everybody was looking up, just like Jesus says, as lightning comes from the east to the west, so will his coming be. And this tunnel, in this dream, I didn't feel afraid, just like I didn't feel afraid when I saw the wolf. I just knew that whatever I had to do, I had to do it quickly. And we had to hide the evidence too. I told my brother to, because he was part of the military, but he also saw that something weird was going on, and he had to follow. And he was going to be the last one to go in the tunnel. And I said, you have to shut the door behind you. Don't leave it open, because then they will follow us. And then we somehow ended up in this underground hotel. I honestly don't really know 100% of this dream. It might mean nothing at all, but there's just a lot of symbols. And I do see there's some scriptures to go along with it. I mean, the wolf, the second coming, great multitude of people being literally led astray, literally trying to attack this great light. And those who are left, it's like, you have to realize it's going to be kind of like the Exodus. You know, they're going to try to make war with God. So let me see if I can find some scriptures to back this stuff up. Okay, there's about 28 verses about a wolf, just by this random website I came up with. So Matthew 7:15, it says, beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. So I didn't see him dressed up in sheep's clothing. I saw him growling at me, and it was to intimidate me, and I wasn't afraid. That's one thing I picked up. Usually I would be afraid. I just stood bold. I stood bold against this, and I wasn't trying to back down. And I woke up. Isaiah 65:25. It says, the wolf and the lamb shall graze together. The lion shall eat straw like the ox, and dust shall be the serpent's food. They shall not hurt or destroy in all my holy mountain, says the Lord. Luke 10:3. Go your way, behold, I am sending you out as lambs in the midst of wolves. Isaiah 11:6-9. The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lay down with the goat, and the calf and the lion and the fattened calf together, and a little child shall lead them. The cow and the bear shall gaze, their young shall lay down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. The nursing child shall play over the hole of a cobra, and the weaning child shall put his hand on the elders. Then they shall not hurt or destroy in all my holy mountains, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. So there's a lot about the wolf. Now let's look at the light. We're gonna do more in the live, God willing. John 8:12, dispute over Jesus' testimony. When Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. John 9:5, while I am in the world, I am the light of the world. John 12:46, I have come into the world as light, so that no one who believes in me should stay in darkness. So Revelations 13:7 says, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and the power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. So again, I saw people who were basically trying to make war with this light. Revelation 17:14, they will wage war against the Lamb, but the Lamb will triumph over them, because he is the Lord of lords, the King of kings, and with him will be called, chosen, and faithful followers. So in John 14:3 it says, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I'll come back and I'll take you to be with me, that you may also be where I am. There is another verse that says that these people are going to run into the mountains and try to hide from God, but I'm sure that God's going to take us out of the way to protect us. But this was just a crazy dream. What do you guys think? Let me know. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. Just let me know. I'm free to listen to whatever you have to say. Hope to see you guys next time.